Welcome to this week's Bible Topics discussion. We're glad you chose to join us again this week. During this week's session, we will be discussing what Jesus wanted us to understand about being salt and light.
In Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16, it says, "You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven."
Yep. Jesus described the church as salt and light. These two items are essential to our well-being. Can you imagine how our bodies would function without salt? Or how our minds would be if there was no light? We would all be in bad shape. Jesus calls for the church, that is us believers, to have a major role in bringing life to the surrounding community. So as the world around us grows darker and blander, we are to continue to shine His light and maintain our flavor.
During Jesus' time, salt was vital. It had medicinal purposes for cleaning wounds and killing bacteria. It was also used to preserve food. You know, they didn't have refrigerators during those times. And even today we use salt to flavor food and replenish what we might sweat out of our own bodies. Jesus wasn't talking about this kind of salt. He was using salt as an example so the people would understand what he was meaning. Our salty flavor comes from a right relationship with Jesus and following his commandments. The church is called to flavor every aspect of life and culture, countering the impact of sin and evil, making the world a better place for us to thrive.
Lamps were important during Jesus' time. They filled homes with light and cast out darkness. So as Jesus' followers, we have that same responsibility. We have a similar function in the world. That is, to show the light of Christ in the things we do and to cast out darkness where Satan and his followers hide. A world without light would be terrifying, as darkness is often a cover for evil and danger. Jesus even referred to himself as the light of the world, a light that darkness could never put out. In John chapter 8, verse 12, it says, "When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, 'I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life.'"
Jesus is the light of the world, and we point the way to him through our witness in word and deed. If we fail to help others discover him, then the world remains in darkness and cannot thrive. In John chapter 1, verse 5, it says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." You can add light to darkness, but never darkness to light. We must brighten the way with grace, love, and compassion.
Right? When the church acts as salt and light, it transforms lives. In Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1, it says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." When we rise and shine for Jesus, his light shines through us, and we give him the glory that only he deserves. In Psalms chapter 119, verse 106, it says, "Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path." Jesus is the word, and he is a lamp to our feet. He lights our path.
So what did Jesus want us to understand about our purpose when he described the church as salt of the earth? How good are we at letting Christ shine through us in word and deed? What steps could we take individually and as a church in order to be more faithful and effective in our witness of Jesus? Acts chapter 13 verse 47 says, "For this is what the Lord has commanded us. I have made you a light for the Gentiles, that you may bring salvation to the ends of the earth." So our job is to be salt and light in order to bring salvation to the ends of the earth. Amen.
Amen. Well, that's it for this week. Please like, comment, and share. Remember, if you have questions, be sure to ask. If any of you have a topic you'd like for us to discuss, please let us know. See you next week. Be blessed.